Okay, it's working now.
All right. I think this will be the angle. So, yes.
All
So
right, just
when
move
you,
up a little bit, like your head is at the bottom of the camera. Right, perfect. So, okay, so this is Danish. You're 18. Happy birthday. You just turned 18 on the 10th of December. We were
yeah,
recording before, but it screwed up. But it'll be easier if we just go over real quick what we talked about. You've been drop shipping since when? Since June?
yeah, since June. So I started in June. So I'm like 5 or 6 months in.
Right.
Um,
You were saying your first internet business, you tried YouTube and it shut you down for like copyrighted videos, but you were like
yeah,
10 years old or something, right?
yeah. So and then after that, I taught myself how to like create websites. And
Right.
in like the ninth grade, I actually went on like Kijiji. It's like the Craigslist of
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, I
I'm from
know.
Yeah, and then I
Where you
created
from?
websites.
Where in Canada?
Toronto.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I lived in Edmonton for a year. But yeah, go
Oh, nice.
ahead.
But yeah, so I created websites for people in the summers of high school, and I made like a couple $1,000s each summer, while all of my other friends were like trying to get jobs at like Tim Hortons and shit.
Yeah.
So um or Tim Hortons are like Starbucks. That's like the Starbucks of
Yeah,
Canada.
I can't. Yeah,
But yeah, so and then that was like my first kind of successful business. And then I was like, I want to I want to try making money without actually working.
yeah. Hmm.
So then I started Udemy. So this was like when I was in the 10th grade. So initially, I started doing it. I started teaching how to create websites, and then just because just because the numbers, right,
Yeah.
on Udemy, like they're so big. So I
Hmm.
thought I would make like $20,000 in like a week or something
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the numbers are so big. But really on Udemy, like a lot of the big courses, a lot of their students are like in for free. That's what I learned. Um,
Right, right, right.
so then I was like, of course this isn't working because I got like one free student after a month. So then I'm like, okay, let me try putting other courses. So I literally went to the library, got like a textbook of like Excel, PowerPoint, and then I like learned it, and then I recorded videos, and then I sold a course for Excel, and I made like a lot of money, like 500-600 bucks. And
Hmm.
all I did was get a free book from the library,
Right,
read
learn
it,
Excel.
record videos, and then return the book.
And you got
So
like 500 bucks in what time frame?
it was like 2 months.
Okay, okay, okay.
But then I decided to like stop Udemy because
Why?
I wasn't 18 and I was doing it on my brother's name, and like but the voice was me, but like it was just his name.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so like
That's
you
funny
know,
because like when I was, so you had to be like what, 16, right? Or 15? Like
yeah,
when I was like 15, like we couldn't have like you mightn't even know what ICQ is. Like I had dial-up internet when I was 15. So I was like making like smoothies and selling it on the side of the street. We didn't we I wish I could have started an internet business when I was 15. Anyway, go
yeah,
ahead.
I know. Like we're so lucky now that like I don't need inventory or anything like that to
Right.
start a. I could just get started. If I really wanted, I could have made like thousands of dollars with Udemy.
Mhm.
But I also learned like through the process that I just hate like teaching. I don't like
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
like so I'm like, I don't really want to be known for this. So I just canceled the Udemy thing.
yeah. Okay, okay.
Uh, oh yeah, and then I also tried affiliate marketing, like creating niche websites to
Yeah.
target affiliate marketing. So like I created this website on like skeet shooting um when I was like in grade 11. And then like I was getting like a couple cents here and there, but like the SEO was terrible
Mhm.
because I just watched like YouTube videos and did it.
Mhm.
And then eventually I got shut down again by AdSense because I wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I turned 18, man, I was so excited.
And this is like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So and then so I was in grade 12
Mhm.
in Canada, and then I applied to the States to come to university, and I actually got in. So
Okay, so you go to university in the US.
Yeah, yeah.
Where? Where are you going to school?
I'm going to the University of Central Florida.
Ah, okay. So you live like pretty close. I lived in South Florida. I went to college in Maryland, and then
Oh,
my ex-wife did grad school in FIU, so we moved to Florida. I was living in
oh,
Miami for a while, but yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
But
like,
why? Okay, so this is not dropship related, but why did you want to go to school in the U.S.? I'm just curious.
well, it's always been kind of my dream to move to the U.S. I felt like Canada was like the bootleg version of like U.S. Like
When it comes to like
everything.
entrepreneurship and business
Yeah,
and stuff, yeah, yeah,
yeah. Canada's like the secondary country, and U.S. is like the main, like where it's at.
yeah. Because
So
like if I look, I remember like I would look at like Shark Tank, and like the
yeah,
year after, like Dragons Den Canada will have a lot of the same businesses that Shark
yeah,
Tank had the year
yeah.
before.
It just felt like I just want like the real thing, like
Okay, okay, okay.
yeah,
And so you just started college like 4 months ago, maybe?
yeah. In August.
Okay,
So
okay,
I'm
okay.
yeah. So
I see.
I'm getting my computer engineering degree.
Oh, nice. Okay, okay.
Um, so what else? I guess yeah, that's all about me. Uh,
Right. So you started dropshipping right before you went to the US.
yeah,
So right.
yeah.
So what a couple things. So are you dropshipping in the US or Canada?
I'm drop shipping in the U.S. So I started on my dad's name
Hmm.
because he actually owns a business here. So
Okay, okay. In Florida?
yeah,
Oh, okay, okay, nice.
so that kind of helped me out. Yeah,
Yeah, with the US banking and eBay and
yeah.
PayPal and stuff. All right, sweet. And then, and how has it gone so far? Like, what are you using? If you're using software, are you selling? Like, how long it took to sell? The whole story. So, okay,
Yeah.
how did you start? Why did you start?
Yeah, so I started off with David Vu's course because
Right.
I already knew about Udemy, right?
Okay.
And I knew there were like some legit people, so I took his course, and then like when I took it, it was like $12, and I had like $60 in my bank, literally,
Yeah.
because in the 12th grade I was focusing so much on school, I just spent like all my money, and then it was like a hard decision. Like it wasn't like, oh, it's just $10 and I'll just buy it.
Right,
So
right, right. And I like
it,
people to talk about that because,
yeah,
like, a lot of people, like, when I started drop shipping, I was a lot older, but like, I paid $20 for like DS dominations monthly, like basic thing. And the
yeah,
bigger cost, the more expensive one was 100. But that twenty
yeah,
dollars was a lot of money. Like it wasn't like I was almost broke. So yeah, go ahead.
yeah. No, yeah, it was literally like 20% of my net worth. Um, But yeah, so that got me like, I wouldn't say that's the best because I don't use it. I don't use his method right now, but it got me like in the game, and like it kind of got me like less scared. Like if I was doing this myself, I would be terrified. Just because you're dealing with so much money,
Right.
and you have all these restrictions in the start, stuff like that. Oh, one thing about PayPal jail,
Hmm.
um, you don't, it's not like 90 days. So I think after 60 days or like 55 days, PayPal started to not hold some of my transactions.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
And then they saw like it was going well and stuff. And then like 2 weeks in on the third month, they just like stopped holding it altogether. And I,
Okay.
I thought this was like a glitch, but I wasn't about to call them and be like, hey, why?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I'm pretty sure like they let you go if everything's good. They'll let you go like 2 months in. So
Okay, okay,
that's
sweet.
one thing I wanted to share. So to the people starting off, it's not like you're gonna be in jail for like 3 months. It could be less.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people just don't start because of this PayPal jail thing, right?
um. So yeah, what else? Okay, so I started off. Okay, how do you get sales fast?
Mm.
So I started with a five item account, and like
Right. Oh yeah. Okay. So I remember the comment. Yeah, yeah. Sweet. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
okay, so I with 5 items, I got my first sale in like 6 days. So
Okay.
like initially, I kind of did what David Wu said. So I just listed like random stuff,
Hmm.
and like and then it didn't work. I didn't get a sale in like 2 days, so I was like, man, I don't think this is gonna sell. So I just took it off, and then I went to Unbox Therapy. The channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just one unboxing channel. But I went on his channel and I saw like some of the new tech. And there, in specific, there's like wireless keyboard that was like nobody else sold it on eBay.
Yeah.
Or like only a few people. So I just and it was available on Amazon. So I just listed that. I got my first sale in like 6 days.
But how did you choose the title?
I used title builder.
Okay.
I used title. Okay. Yeah, but I don't think it really mattered because there were like 3 other people selling it, and yeah. So then I got 1 sale out of 5 items in a month, so that was like a big deal. So the next month, eBay gave me like 20 items. So like I was like, oh, awesome. So so I used the same strategy. So I went to Unbox Therapy's channel again, and there's like this wireless mouse.
So after people watch this shit, they're gonna go to Unbox Therapy and list every fucking shit that he has.
Yeah, I mean, do it. This is what I'm just helping you guys out.
Yeah.
But like, I got this mouse where like no one else was selling it on eBay, or only like a few people, and it was like ridiculously expensive. It was $100 on Amazon, so I just listed it for like $135, all the colors. And then like I got like 6 sales like that month. So eBay thought like I was on fire. So the next month they gave me like 50. And like another thing is like if I just kept calling every month, right now I would be at like 200 items.
Right.
But I'm at my limit is like 6,500. So how did I do that?
Items?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, go ahead.
Started with 5 in June, and now I have 6,500 limit. I don't have I haven't filled up the limit, so I don't have 6,500 listings.
Yeah.
But so what I did was when stuff is going well, like when you're selling a lot, you can call eBay more than once in a month.
Right.
So there's been a month. I think it was like August or the month after that. I got 4 increases in 1 month, and it was like 100% increase every single time.
Fuck. And is it that did you have to call 4 times, or you have to call more than 4 times? Like, did they give you the increase right away, or what happened?
Yeah. So in the start,
Becky, I'm talking to the 18-year-old kid who's drop shipping. He's from Canada, but he's in Florida. Yeah, go ahead. Did you stay up late working that time? Oh, okay. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Who was that?
Becky.
Oh, tell her I said hi.
Yeah, Danish said hi. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so what was it? Where was I?
I was asking you if you called more than 4 times a month, though. Was it that?
Yeah. So I don't know if eBay keeps record of what how many times a buyer called for like the limit increase.
Yeah, go. Give me a
but
second.
So the first time I called in a month, it was just like 1 shot. They gave me a double because I was doing so well. And then I called a week later, and they were like, I don't know. And then I called again like the same day. And then the next agent was like, okay, sure, yeah, I'll double it for you. And then a week later, I called like 4 times in the same day, and like the 4th agent was like, okay. And then I was like, yo, like this works. So like on like the 30th of, I think it was August, I called again, and this was like the hardest to get. I called like 6 times, and on the 6th time, the guy's like, all right, fine, I'll double it for you, but please wait 30 days. And I was like, yeah. But like, of course, I called back again like after another 15 days. So, and they gave it to me. So I don't think they keep like record of it. Like you can call more than once.
Even if I think they would keep a record, right? Because they'll software. But I think that like I think the reps have some sort of, they have leeway, right? Like they could make a decision.
Yeah. So I mean, but you have to be doing decently well, like.
Right, like you can't be below standard and like not giving good customer service and expecting an increase.
And if you sell like 0 items in a month and ask for like a limit increase like 4 times, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
So you try and sell. try and in the start, if you're starting with like a 5 item limit, try and just break even, and then after like try. That's what Paul says from the Hustle Husbands.
Right, right,
So
right.
yeah.
And then
So
what? So okay, so when you start off with these 5 items, did you use any software to track prices? Did you like what? None of that stuff, right?
I actually didn't use a software until like my 3rd month in, and
Okay.
I kind of jumped around, and by the 3rd month, I knew like a good amount, right? And like by that time, I was like jumping around different softwares. So I tried ScrewGrid. It was just like I don't know, the interface just didn't like appeal to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then I tried Profit Scraper. That was really easy to use because I was only using Amazon.
Okay.
So you just put your ASIN number
Yeah,
into
that
like,
pulls it.
and then it just pulls it up. So that was like so fast.
Okay,
And then I
okay,
used even DSM tool.
okay,
But
okay.
if you're using Amazon, I'd say use Profit Scraper, but it's kind of expensive. So if you're trying to go for the cheap side, go for DSM tool.
Yeah, I've never used Profit Scraper. I'll check them out.
Yeah. But the what I'm using right now is
Hello?
yeah,
Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
So right now I'm not using any of them. I'm using Amazon, but the thing is, I created my own software. And
What?
it's a Java desktop software. So like it's not like I'm not here to promote it or anything
Yeah,
because I can't.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like I might put it on the internet, but I have to learn like PHP and stuff, and that it's gonna take a while.
yeah. What the fuck? So, okay, so talk about, so what does your software do? That is crazy.
Yeah, so I use eBay and Amazon APIs to track Amazon track my.
Ah, the price,
So
yeah, 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 yeah.
I created a tracker. And of course, this wasn't easy. I stayed up like whole days and nights trying to figure this out. It was pretty hard.
Yeah,
Um,
because, and the problem that you're gonna, anyway, the problem you're gonna come across with Amazon API is that,
the 503 error, like when you
yeah,
send too many requests. Yeah, this this Christmas season, I was sending like 100 requests for like one item, and then it would finally give me one. Like,
yeah,
do you know what I'm talking about?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Too many requests. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty bad.
Because like
But
I think like a lot of the bigger trackers are just scraping they're not using the API to pull the data, right? Like they're scraping it right off the page. Like
yeah,
we're making a software to list on Amazon, and it's a mix between scraping and anyway.
yeah. So when I tried web scraping, I it was working fine for me for about like 300 items, 400 items,
Yeah,
and I was checking like every hour. But the thing is, I think Amazon blocked me out.
yeah,
So
they
like
would.
when I tried going on their website, it was like, "Are you a robot?" Like it showed me like a captcha page. So
Now
I
we're
knew I had.
using like 200 different IP addresses to scrape Amazon
Oh
right now. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's why I had to use their APIs. Like in the start, I didn't use their APIs.
Okay,
Um,
okay, okay.
but okay, so what
Right,
people
this
think
motherfucker made his own software and he's 18.
people may think, people may think that like I was taught how to create an eBay software or an Amazon. I was not. I
Yeah, yeah,
I just knew I knew Java, right? Because I'm going into computer engineering, so I knew like if statements, loops, and stuff because I learned that in high school.
right.
But like I actually went on eBay's website and Amazon's website and read through everything. It took me like
Yeah, because they have a lot of documentation for the APIs.
yeah. So like and also one more thing, make it like whatever you're trying to do, make it like a must. Like I'm not trying to preach here, but like I paid for DSM tool and I
Hmm.
was so close on finishing my own software, but it was just not there, like the tracker. And I was like, yo, you know what? Screw DSM. I asked them for a refund and I'm like, I'm not drop shipping until I create my own tracker. So then like 2 days later, it just worked. So I had my own tracker. I got through the problems. So like if you make it like a must, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but okay, this is so off. This is like, but you don't like. Why wouldn't you? So the tracker tracks Amazon and
Yeah,
goes to eBay, right? And it's a desktop software at the moment, correct?
yeah,
And like, Okay, this is just like on the software side. If at any point you plan to sell it, if you're using the API, it would be
Yeah.
it would be easier if you sell this desktop software and people have it on their computers and use their own API because you wouldn't be able to provide enough. Like with one API, you're not going to be able to scale, right?
But right now, I have like, I think I could scale to like 100 people or something because I have like 1.5 million calls a day right now. So I got that done.
Yeah, but I'm just sketching out about Amazon. Period. Like we used to use Amazon's API, Walmart API, and like you just want to stay far from the limits because
Yeah.
you don't want to like. But anyway, yeah, go ahead. This is fucking sick, dude. I might fly to Florida just to meet you
Yeah.
guys.
So I can show you like, okay, so what I did now, so I created the tracker like 2 months ago, and I'm kind of like an addict, like obsessionist or whatever, kind of like you. You said you're like an
Yeah.
extremist. So I just kept like creating software. So now I have like an item finder, which finds eBay items. This is also a desktop software. I created my own pruner, and I created my own lister, but it only lists from Amazon. So yeah, the list
Like
to prune.
I'm glad we're doing this shit because like
Yeah,
a lot of people who want, yeah, okay, so a lot of the older guys would make excuses like you're a kid, you have more time, you're in college, and all this bullshit. But like, come on, like I just hope that you guys who watching this, like, again, a lot of the times I use this as motivation, right? Because
yeah,
it's one challenge that some of the guys watching this would come across is that they'll get into drop shipping because they need money immediately.
yeah.
But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the reason I started was like I don't want to be a broke college student, and I want to kind of like pay myself through. Like it would help, right? Because I don't want my parents to just do it, and I'm gonna have a lot of debt, especially because I'm studying in the States.
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
yeah, not cheap. So I didn't want to be like totally broke by the time I get out.
right.
And plus like I don't regret it at all because it taught me so much about my own profession. Now that I created the software, I'm like, I would have never done this if I didn't start dropshipping.
Yeah,
But yeah, anyways, so right now the strategies I'm using. Okay, so I just switched to the sniper method in the start of December. Now,
okay, wait.
like
So before we get to December, what were your sales like all these months? Did you stop drop shipping while you were making the software and that type of stuff?
yeah, so while the reason I'm not okay, first off, I'm not selling like Thai, right? I'm not selling like 50K a month.
Yeah.
Because like I'm moving slow. I didn't list to like I didn't because when you're using David Wu's method, you need like 10,000 listings.
Thousands. Yeah.
Yeah. So I right now I have like 1,500. So
Okay.
I couldn't list too many because I was working on things like the software, and that
Yeah.
takes a lot of time. But when you're using your method, you need less listings and you get much more sales.
Right.
So just disclaimer though, for your method, okay, so I'm selling about 15 to 20K a month. So
Okay.
it's
That's
yeah. So
fucking legit.
I am making real money, but
Mhm.
it's not a lot. I mean, it's
No,
a
but you
good
have to
amount.
understand, like most people watching this aren't making anywhere close to that online, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like that's like for you to be good at school, making that software and selling 20K a month. I hope you lazy motherfuckers watching this, like just get off your ass and get some work done, right? But yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So first off, from my experience, Amazon is like so competitive because
Yeah.
right now, I like it's really hard for me to move around between sources because I don't have a tracker
Mm-hmm.
that'll track. So like just a few days ago, I was able to get like my tracker to work with like some other sources.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
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 if
now
you
I'm
just to give you a heads up, like if you're just doing the tracker for you alone, look into Walmart's API because if you're not selling too many calls to Walmart, it would work perfectly. Like
yeah,
the issue when we were doing it for DSU is that when we grew too much, then Walmart started to block block the number of calls, but like, and Walmart approves the API pretty fast.
Yeah, so I was thinking of doing Walmart, but I don't really want to deal with like the canceled orders and stuff like that. So I
Okay.
like I was doing Lowe's, right? And I got some pretty high margins on some items, but like I just got a call from them and they're just like, yeah, one of your items that you ordered, we don't have it in stock and it's not gonna be like fulfilled. Even though like a week ago I saw that it said it was shipped. So
Well, this is the thing. So I worked in retail for a very short time, like 3 months.
yeah,
I worked at Target, and I
yeah,
know that like half the time when you order stuff online, like if they know it's like on the way to the warehouse or something, it would
mhm,
still be in stock, right? And
yeah,
then some of the times it won't. But yeah.
yeah. Okay, so let me tell you about my strategy.
Mhm.
First off, I started just doing like David Boo's method, and then when I
With
actually
Amazon,
got
with only Amazon.
yeah from Amazon, and then when I got like more items to list, this was like 3 months in because it was a slow process.
Hmm.
But I used like a mix of your method and David Boo's method.
Okay.
So the software that I created, it just got listings that sold twice in the past month,
Okay.
and they have to be sold 3 times.
Hmm.
And I would just like copy the title and not even like decrease the price. Just copy the title and just list it, right? Manually list it at this point. Um,
For the same
so
price?
no, no, lower or I don't know. I didn't look at the price. I just went with my margins.
Ah, so you're sniping like items that sold, and you're
Yeah,
sniping the title, but you don't give a fuck about the price. So you have like a fixed margin,
yeah. I was just using my margin, and
and you still go
if the
ahead.
margin happened to be lower than the buyer, I mean the other guy, then it sold. If not, then I don't know. It still sold if it was higher.
Yeah.
But what I realized with these items was that they would sell for like a month or like or 2 months, and then like they would just stop selling for some reason. Like I
Okay.
don't know what it was. And I got to a point where I was at like 1,500 items, and I was only selling like five a day. So
Hmm.
I knew something was wrong.
Okay.
So I I stopped doing that method. I was like, okay, I'm gonna because I'm kind of skeptical. I was like, I don't know if Mark's method works and stuff.
Hmm.
So then I switched over to your method in the start of December.
Hmm.
And my sales have been much higher. So like
Hmm.
I only have 500 sniped listings,
Hmm.
and they're all from Amazon. I mean, that's a decent amount,
Right.
but they're making up about half of my sales. And then I have like 1,000 of the hybrid of yours and David Blues.
Right.
So
Right.
so like yours are already like a big chunk of my sale.
Right. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Okay.
but one disclaimer, right? I don't
Hmm.
know about other sources, but if you're using Amazon and you're using your method,
Hmm.
it's pretty hard. Like
Yeah. No, it is fucking hard. Like to
yeah,
snipe straight Amazon. Like so many people are using like these auto orders and taking really low margins. That it would work if you only use Amazon, but you have to really look, right? Like you have to like. It takes a while.
yeah. So like out of those 500 sniped items, again, I can go really fast when listing because I have my own software to list.
Right.
So like other people, I'm not like expecting that other people would post 500 sniped items.
Right.
Um, but you could. But like the disclaimer is that you're not gonna get sales, especially if you're using Amazon. You're not gonna get sales like how Carlos did, right?
Right.
Like 10,000 in 2 weeks or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. So, and I know Carlos had like cashback and stuff. There's
Yeah.
very little cashback for Amazon. So
Yeah.
I wanna get away from Amazon a bit and try
Mhm.
some other suppliers. But I didn't have time to do that in Christmas. There was so many sales.
Right.
Oh, Christmas! I watched some of your videos. You said that like Christmas is gonna be crazy and stuff like that. People are crazy, and I was like, they probably are, but I don't know. But like some guy gave me a bad review because he thought the package, like the box that came with his toy or whatever, was ugly. Like literally, that's his only. box the box is ugly. And then he's like, yeah. So and then I called eBay to take it down, and they're like, oh no, we can't. That's just the opinion of the buyer. So.
Well, that's why eBay. So, like a few years ago, I would say like a year and a half ago, the negative reviews, feedback would affect your seller standard. But I guess eBay realized that some buyers are just fucking idiots. So that's why it doesn't really affect seller standard.
By the way, I want to share. So yeah, I'm kind of sharing my successes, but there's a lot of failures in this business too. So like just about like 2 days ago, I lost $250 from a GSP order. So
Jesus Christ, what? Go ahead.
That's like a big chunk of my profit, and it was pretty hard to let go, but I couldn't. So I ordered this item, this large item. I sell a lot of it, and I make about like $25 to $30 profit from it. So, and it always sells like GSP for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. So this time I sold it to some guy in Canada, and then when he got it, he got like a bird's nest, and it wasn't supposed to be a bird's nest. That's like he's like, oh, I got the wrong item and stuff like that. And then he's like, how do I go about returning it? So I was out shopping with my mom because now I have holidays. So I couldn't reply to him. And then he just started like a return case, which was like wrong item received. And then I was like, okay, cancel the case and change the reason to like item was damaged. Right. But like when you cancel the case, eBay doesn't allow you to reopen a case. Oh, so I kind of screwed him over, right? And then like there was no other options because eBay doesn't take returns from GSP. Yeah.
If it was damaged, the insurance would have covered it.
Yeah. And then Amazon, their return labels are only for the US. I tried his Canadian address, but it wasn't working. So like I just had to take like that $250 loss.
But how did he react? So you gave him a refund? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like to talk about all these things because a lot of people who may have had failures or who's having a hard time with drop shipping would keep complaining and think that like some of us who are making money, it's just like luck or something, right? Like.
Okay, I would say though, if you're starting off new, Amazon is like the best. Like they have so much leeway, in terms of like they're just good. You know, they ship items out fast. You can use their Prime and you won't get like shut down because you're not doing too much volume and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think in the start you should go with Amazon.
So you use Prime right now? You always use Prime. Yeah. And do you have a student account or it's just a regular Prime?
Student account. I'm using my own.
Yeah.
But then I kind of hit this limit. So since I started using your method on this one item, I got this
limit for that item.
It can't be ordered more. So like I bought a EDU account for like $1 on eBay.
Yeah, like what EDU? Email.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Email. Yeah.
So it was like it's okay. Yeah. And then I could fulfill it. So it doesn't really matter.
And that's one thing. So Becky and I talked about this a couple times. But when you're doing the sniper method, you'll have that situation where like specific items will sell a lot more than the other methods. And then Amazon, like not that many other websites have that limit with like per item, but Amazon has that.
Yeah. And you know that Sears and Kmart thing? Mm-hmm. I kind of ran across the same thing Becky did. So I was selling this like red toolbox, and it was on Amazon, but it was out of stock. And then I found it on Sears, and I think I ordered something from Sears or I didn't. I have no idea. But then when I ordered it from Sears, it was like $20, but they gave me like free cash that I didn't even know about. It was like $14. Yeah. So I got it for like $5 or something. It was ridiculous.
And did you get free shipping or no? Like, did you shop your way?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know what happened, but like when I was going through the checkout screen, I was fine with the original price without the discount.
Yeah.
And then when I went onto the checkout screen, it's like you have $14 worth of points. Do you want to redeem them? I'm like, yeah. So I guess it works well. But the downside with them is that their prices on a lot of items are already like very high. So
Yeah. So you have to be very like
yeah,
selective. So
I wouldn't I,
what?
I wouldn't use them as a base source, but the items that you're fulfilling, try and see if you can fulfill it through them.
Okay. And then what? So what is your plan going forward?
Yeah, so I want to change sources, like not because I want to diversify or whatever, but I just want to like make more money. Because right now I can afford like smaller margins than other people because I don't have to pay for software, and that's like a
Right.
big chunk of people's money. So
Right.
I'm still making like 10 to 12% on my sales. So
Mm.
that's decent, right?
That's
But
really good.
yeah, I want
Especially for
to.
Amazon.
Yeah. So maybe that's why I'm not selling like 20 items a day. I'm still selling like 5 to 10. So,
Okay.
but my average price is like $50.
Okay. And
Um
then there's something I was going to ask you. Yeah, and I want to bring up the point. Like a lot of people, especially people dropshipping from overseas, complain that they can't use all the different sources and all this bullshit, right? And like when I started dropship, I only used Walmart because that's the script. Kwesi, my business partner, Diashini, he wrote a script for Walmart tracking. So we
yeah.
only used Walmart for like a year. Like it wasn't even like we only dropship from Walmart for a very fucking long time. So like, and I think I don't think I talked about that enough because a lot of people use all these like limitations as like excuses for like why they wouldn't drop ship or why they're not making money. But like if you just fucking accept the limitation and just work with it, like you would a lot of people notice that there's still money to be made. Like it's not like okay, yeah, you don't have all the suppliers, yeah, you don't have money for the software, but
Yeah.
like come on.
Yeah, so when I started, I had a US account and stuff, but I was still in Canada. So like I was fulfilling all of my orders from Canada and
And
stuff
you
like that.
started with an account with five fucking
Yeah, 5 items. I heard that first cha-ching and it was like crazy. It
yeah.
felt so good.
Like
It's
I don't
like
have a phone, so I don't ever hear that chick sound.
yeah,
But like
yeah.
now that Becky's here, like I hear it from her all the time.
I mean, yeah. So what? So one thing I want to say to like people starting off, I don't do optimization just because I feel like I'm not that kind of person. Like I'm just not that good with words.
Yeah.
I'm not that articulate, so I can't. I'm not really good at titles and stuff like that. And it's like a variable, you know. Like I don't know if it's gonna sell.
Right.
It's really hard to measure. So I want to do things that I can measure. So like of course price doesn't matter because Becky's proving that wrong, right? Like
Right.
in one of your videos she said she sold a Christmas tree for like way higher, or I think
Yeah.
her video way higher than her sniped competition, and it was like a different title. So
Right.
clearly price is not the problem. Once you just get in, you probably know how to make the money.
Right. And there's something else. Do me one favor. Are you in the honest dropshippers group?
Yeah, I am.
Can you
Yeah,
post, like when we come off the call or like now or soon, can you post a screenshot of your sales so I can just
yeah,
put a link in the description to it so people can see? Because I like to like, I mean, I've been doing this forever, right? Like I have almost 800 fucking videos, and most people that follow the channel know I do everything not to just give bullshit, but I like to like have evidence and like okay, like I'm talking to like real fucking people that actually
yeah,
doing stuff, right? So those of you watching this video, I'll put a link in the description to Danish's sales.
yeah. Okay, so one thing I want to say is like that's so true. Like you said, Kwesi could only develop the Walmart software, and then you use Walmart for like a long time. That's like a problem with like developers because I couldn't use anything else until I could code
Right.
like courses reliably like tracking. So
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to have you talk to Kwesi. Um,
yeah, yeah.
because that's
I actually
crazy.
I actually want to like show you like my software, like how it works and stuff, because I'm pretty proud of it.
Yeah. Let me talk to Kwesi and see if the three of us, we wouldn't record it, but see if the three of us get on a call and we just give input.
Oh, and by the way, I was looking to create like an app. Like I just looked through it because I know because through this I got really good at Java and Android apps run on Java.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like maybe if I could find a way to like put
Actually,
eBay,
true.
I think I could put eBay's SDK
Oh,
because
fuck.
like a they have a development kit for Java which you can code out of. So if I could put that in like um I don't know, like the apps like package
Yeah,
system
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. I'll talk to Quincy and we'll talk about the shit in and
Yeah,
not.
yeah. I think apps are possible, maybe on Android at least.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'll
Yeah,
let you can try out TSGNI so you could compare to yours and take some ideas from it and stuff.
yeah.
Um,
So my software right now, it's not like DSGenie where I saw a few videos. So
yeah,
the like on PHP, right?
yeah.
So it has like database and stuff. But the problem with desktop softwares is that like for me right now, I have to keep my desktop on like
Yeah, all the
24/7.
time. Yeah, yeah,
Because my tracker just runs in the background and it does
yeah.
this thing. So if I had like a database which I can connect to Java, I'm gonna have to leave that database on for
All the
like
time.
I stopped using databases just to like reduce the load on my computer. Um, but I mean my computer I'm like a computer geek, so this is my computer.
Yeah, I think one mic. I have the same mic.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people have that. Mic.
Yeah, I got it
But
because when Jack was here, he brought the mic. I'm like, it's kind of
that's
cool.
actually the legendary mic I use for that's from Udemy money. I bought that mic. So but yeah, yeah, I was just saying like uh
Are
my
we friends on Facebook?
no, I don't think so.
Add me on Facebook. This whole shit is fucking with me. Like this call is crazy.
Yeah. So the my software right now, like when it finds items, it just pops it up. So like it'll pop up in like a browser tab, like the eBay item to snipe and
Mm.
the Amazon listing to go with it. So it
Hold
automatically
on, one
pulls up
second, one second, one second.
that shit.
Come on, sir. Okay, come. Okay, okay. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, so it automatically pulls the UPC from the eBay listing, puts it in Amazon search. That's the item I need to snipe. That's the source.
All right, no, like that's crazy. And let me. So I'm gonna. It's like 45 minutes. So
Oh,
thanks for your time, dude. I'm gonna like. Are you up for doing another maybe like a call every week or every 2 weeks or something?
um, I'd want to do it like every like 3 weeks or something like that.
Like
I
every
want to,
month or something. So you have
yeah,
enough. You have enough data and enough information to
yeah,
input.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Sweet. So just one other question. So how has been sales since Christmas? Have it slowed?
Oh, since Christmas, like on Christmas Day, I only got like two sales. And then it's starting to pick back up, but yeah, it's slow compared to Christmas.
Okay. 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 All right, sweet. Thanks for your time, dude. And I hope you guys watch this video, get some sort of inspiration because this dude started when he's 17. So none of y'all have any excuses. So look at
By
it.
the way,
Mhm.
Mark, you want to see the software like off camera because it might pull up some of my account information, so I don't want to show it on camera.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let me just as soon as we get off the call, I just need to go. My girl needs to talk to me for something, and then we can get on a call and I can check it out.
Okay, sure,
All
yeah.
right, cool. All right, thanks. So look in the description. I'll put a link to Danish's sales. Hopefully, you'll post that soon on the Dropshippers group. And yeah, have a good one, brother.
All right, see ya.
All right, later.